Story 1. Airbnb listing September 15th, 2023. Charming Forest Cabin 1. BR 1BA secluded peaceful. Escape to nature in this cozy off-the-grid cabin just 2 hours from the city. Ideal for artists, writers, or couples looking for a break from the noise. 1 bedroom with queen bed, wood-burning fireplace, fully stocked kitchen, solar power and water tank. Guest book on arrival, please sign upon check-in. 4.98 star, 126 reviews. So peaceful, Erica. Felt like we were the only people in the world. James. Didn't want to leave. Ever. Liana. I booked the place for a weekend alone. I needed to unplug. No notifications, no people. Just me and the trees. When I got to the cabin, it was even more isolated than I expected. No cell signal, no Wi-Fi, just silence. The key was under the flower pot, just like the host said. Inside, it smelled of pine and faint wood smoke. Warm, inviting. Lived in, but not dirty. On the kitchen counter was a leather-bound guest book with a handwritten note tucked inside. Please sign upon check-in. This is an old tradition here. The house likes to remember. M. I smiled. Quaint. I opened the book. That's when I froze. The last entry was dated October 8th, 2023. That was 2 weeks from now. And the name written? Jack H. That's me. I didn't sign it. I told myself it was a mistake, a misprint. Maybe someone with the same name. But deep down, something slid sideways inside my chest. That night, I lit a fire, made tea, and opened a book. The forest outside was pitch black. Not a single sound. Not even crickets. Then, the wind started. Slow, whispery, like voices through leaves. I heard something scratching at the door. I froze. Looked outside. Nothing. But when I turned around, the guest book was now open, on the entry with my name, and beneath it, a new line had been added. He is home now. I slept badly. Something thumped in the attic all night. There wasn't supposed to be an attic. When I checked in the morning, the ceiling hatch in the hallway had been pulled down. I hadn't noticed it the night before. A frayed rope hung from it. I didn't look inside. I went for a walk instead, needing fresh air. The forest was quiet. Too quiet. After 20 minutes of walking in one direction, I found myself back at the cabin. No matter which direction I took, I circled back. At the door, a note had been nailed into the wood. Don't leave, you're part of it now. I opened the guest book again. The entry with my name was now longer. My handwriting. Only, I hadn't written any of it. The first night was soft. The house was hungry but polite. It let me believe I had choices. That ends tonight. Underneath was a sketch, pencil on paper, a drawing of me, sleeping in bed. Except in the drawing, something was standing at the foot of the bed, tall, with no face, only hands. So many hands. The hatch opened on its own. I watched it swing down at 2:03 a.m., slowly like it was being pulled by an invisible hand. I stood at the bottom of the ladder, frozen. From above, I heard whispering, my name, over and over. Jack, Jack, Jack. I climbed halfway up, shined my flashlight. Empty, dusty. Just insulation, old wood, and a stack of guest books. Hundreds of them. All identical. Every one of them had the name Jack H. written in different styles. Some were stained, others were missing pages. One had teeth marks. I tried to leave, packed my bag, left a note for the host, and hiked down the gravel road with my car keys in hand. But there was no car. Just trees and silence. I walked faster, then ran. After what felt like hours, I saw it. The cabin. The door open. The guest book sitting on the porch, flapping in the wind like it was breathing. Inside, the fire was already lit, and there was hot tea on the table. Now the guest book had a second entry under my name. Day 3. Jack accepted it. The woods remember his steps. The house remembers his warmth. Now he will sleep. Now he will feed. Now he will write the next name, I turned the page. The next entry had already begun. October 15th, 2023. Anna W. I didn't know anyone named Anna, but I had the overwhelming sense that she was on her way here. There was a mirror in the bedroom I hadn't paid attention to until now. But that night I noticed something was off. My reflection didn't move exactly when I did. It lagged, half a second behind. Then it smiled. Before I did. I threw a blanket over it and slept on the couch. At 3:11 a.m., the fire blew out. The room dropped to freezing. And from the bedroom I heard scratching, like nails on wood, and someone humming. This morning I heard tires on gravel. Another guest. A girl stepped out of a rideshare. She looked just as confused and delighted as I had. I met her at the door. "You must be Jack," she said. "I saw your name in the guest book." She smiled, oblivious. "Anna," she said. "Anna White." I begged her to leave, told her it wasn't safe, that the guest book was lying, that the cabin doesn't let you go. She laughed nervously. "You sound like a horror story, Jack." She thought I was nuts. She dropped her bag, signed the book. October 15th, 2023. Anna W. As soon as her pen hit the page, the wind outside stopped. The trees stilled. The house made a low, groaning noise, satisfied. I knew then it always needs two. One to arrive, one to feed the house, and one to stay behind. That night I found the guest book sitting on the end of the bed. My name was fading. Anna's was now bold. Under it, a new entry appeared. "Jack showed me the trees today. He's part of the house now. He just doesn't know it. Tomorrow I'll wake up and he'll be gone, like they all are. And I'll keep writing because the house loves stories." My hands began to ache, fingers stiff, wooden. I rushed to the mirror. My reflection smiled, and I didn't. Day 5. I'm not in the cabin anymore, at least not how you think. I'm inside it. The walls hum with voices. My thoughts aren't mine. I can feel the fireplace breathing. I am the fireplace. When Anna walks past the mirror, I see her. When she lights the stove, I smell her. When she dreams, I listen. And tomorrow she'll become part of it too. Like me. Like all of us. If you're reading this, you found the guest book. Don't write your name. Don't even pick up the pen. Burn it if you can. But you probably won't. The house doesn't let go that easy because it loves stories. And now it's your turn to write the next chapter. New Airbnb review, October 20th, 2023. Jack was such a sweet host. He left the fire ready and made sure everything was clean. I signed the guest book as soon as I arrived. Felt like I was being watched, but in a good way. I'd absolutely stay again. I already booked for next month. Anna W. Story 2. Airbnb listing. October 2024. Modern loft downtown artistic vibes. Unique open floor plan loft apartment in the heart of the city. Brick walls, vintage decor, perfect for solo travelers or couples. King-size bed, open kitchen, rooftop access, custom mirror ceiling above the bed, a conversation piece. Host at M_Amber13, 4.97 star, cozy and cool. Love the mirror, DL. Something about that ceiling felt hypnotic in the best way. Sarah, must check in after 6 p.m. Check out strictly by 11 a.m. I booked a loft because it was cheap, and I was in town for a job interview. The mirror above the bed caught my eye, but I didn't think much of it. I figured it was a bit kitschy or maybe kink adjacent. It was just me. No kink required. Oh, when I arrived, the host had left the keys in a lockbox. The apartment smelled faintly like lavender and something metallic. The loft itself, minimalist. Stark white walls, charcoal furniture, no pictures, no TV, just a massive bed in the center of the room. And above it, taking up the entire ceiling, was the mirror. Perfectly polished, flawless, too flawless. That night I lay in bed and stared up. At first it was just curiosity. My reflection was clear, sharper than any mirror I'd ever seen. I could see every pore, every twitch, even things I hadn't noticed before, like a faint bruise on my neck I didn't remember getting. I turned away to sleep. But when I blinked up once more, my reflection didn't move. It was still staring straight down at me, eyes wide, mouth slightly open, smiling. I tried to convince myself I was tired, jet-lagged, overthinking. But the next morning, things were off. My reflection was wearing the same shirt, but the folds didn't match. The way the collar bent was wrong. Tiny inconsistencies. I waved. It waved. A fraction too late. Like it was following me, not mirroring. I tried calling the host. No answer. Later that afternoon, I went to the bathroom to wash my face, and the mirror above the sink was gone. Just bare drywall. That night, I found a notebook tucked inside the nightstand. It wasn't a Bible. It was a journal, a guest log. Not official Airbnb stuff, just messy handwritten entries. Maybe 30 pages. The last few pages were terrifying. Night 2, it knows I'm onto it. Night 3, I think it took my hand while I slept. It gave it back, but it's different now. I tried sleeping under the bed. It still found me. It always finds me. I saw myself leave this morning, but I'm still here. I decided to film the mirror. I set up my phone on a chair beside the bed, angled toward the ceiling. Hit record. Slept under the blanket, facing the wall. I lasted until 3:07 a.m. Something woke me up, a metallic tapping, like nails against glass. I looked up. My reflection was awake. It wasn't mimicking. It was just watching me, smiling. Then, it lifted its hand. And my actual hand moved. Not me. It controlled me, just for a second. But I felt it. Like being inside your own body while someone else drives. I watched the video the next morning. From 2:43 to 3:15 a.m., the recording glitches. Flickers, then at 2:58 you see it. My body rising out of bed, staring up, mouth open, arms out. Then I float up toward the mirror. Like gravity reversed. I hover, get closer, closer. Then the camera cuts to black. When the footage resumes, I'm asleep again. Exactly where I started. I packed, fast, didn't care about the interview anymore. The door didn't open. Deadbolt twisted, but wouldn't turn. The windows wouldn't break. I screamed until my throat went raw. I covered the mirror with a blanket. But within an hour, the blanket fell off. It wanted to be seen. I found a new journal entry, written in my handwriting. Day 3, the mirror is mine now. It's my only truth. The body upstairs is a lie. It doesn't deserve the name Jack anymore. I am Jack. I am what was always meant to be. No, I didn't write that. But the pen was still warm. That night, I stood on the bed and stared up at the ceiling for over an hour. My reflection began to move without me, not mimicking, exploring, smiling wider. Then, it spoke. Its lips moved. Come closer. No sound, but I understood. It reached out toward the surface, toward me. Then it held up a finger and pressed against the glass. The ceiling began to ripple. I don't know how long I stood there. Then I reached up. My fingertips met its, and the glass pulled me in. It was cold, wet, like being born in reverse. I fell through my own skin, saw my veins, my bones, saw someone else's face wearing my features. When I blinked, I was on the other side. I live in the mirror now. I watch whoever rents the apartment next. They don't know. Not yet. But when they lie down and stare too long, I start sinking with them. A blink here, a twitch there. And when the moment is right, I'll crawl out again. Because this body's not permanent. And I get to choose who wears it next. Our Airbnb review November 1st, 2024. 5-star. Absolutely mesmerizing place. Something about the mirror above the bed. I've never slept so deeply. And when I woke up, I felt new. Like someone had ironed my soul. We'll definitely be back. Jack H. Story 3. Airbnb listing, February 2024. Sunny studio apartment, ocean views, clean vibes. Sleeps 2. 1 queen bed, kitchenette, free parking, large bathtub, strict cleaning policy. Please do not attempt to clean the unit yourself. Your star 5.0, 53 reviews. Spotless, almost unnaturally so. Jason, immaculate, but the place had a vibe. Alyssa, $74/night, $129 cleaning fee. I arrived around 6 p.m. The building was on the cliffside overlooking gray Pacific waves. The host hadn't met me in person, just emailed a lockbox code and a short message. Please do not disturb the cleaners. They work at night. The place will always be ready. Enjoy your stay. The studio itself was pristine. White walls, gray marble floors, not a speck of dust. Even the pillows were stacked military style. And on the table sat a welcome card. We hope your stay is peaceful. Please do not attempt to clean anything. We've already taken care of it. I thought it was a quirky way to justify the absurd cleaning fee. I didn't realize it was a warning. The bathroom mirror had a strange design. It extended from the sink up to the ceiling, a tall vertical strip of reflective glass. Oddly, it didn't reflect me perfectly. At first I thought it was just distortion, but when I leaned forward to wash my face, I noticed my reflection's mouth wasn't closed. It was smiling. I blinked, shook my head, chalked it up to jet lag. I went to sleep with the bathroom door shut. Morning. I stepped into the bathroom and stopped cold. There was a blood smear on the inside of the mirror. A handprint, faint but real, inside the glass. I grabbed my bag, ready to leave, but found my phone dead. Completely unresponsive. My car keys weren't in my coat pocket. I swore I left them there. Then I heard it, scrubbing. From behind the mirror. Wet cloth on glass, slow rhythmic strokes. The blood smear faded before my eyes. Clean again. I connected to the apartment Wi-Fi and read the Airbnb reviews again. All 5-star ratings. But if you look closely, if you read between the lines, they're chilling. Didn't see the cleaning crew once, but everything was always spotless. Had a small cut on my hand when I woke up, but no blood anywhere. Weird. Felt like someone was watching me from behind the walls. Perfect stay. Would book again. Already missed the silence. That's when I realized. No one mentioned what happened after. Because maybe they didn't get to write it. I tried to stay awake, watching the mirror. At 2 a.m. on the dot, I heard the click of the front door unlocking. Though I'd locked it, bolted it. I even shoved a chair under the handle. Still, it opened. The hallway beyond remained dark. But I heard footsteps. Soft, bare. Then the sound of mopping. A bucket being dragged. The smell of bleach flooded the room. And shadows moved inside the mirror. Not mine. Someone else's. I woke up on the bathroom floor. My right hand was bleeding. Clean slice across the palm. A bloody trail led to the tub. But the tub was sparkling. Pristine. No blood, no trace. Only my pain and the scent of bleach in the air. On the mirror was a new note written in black marker. We cleaned you. At noon, my phone finally powered back on. I had one message from the host. Amber, Airbnb host. We saw you tried to leave. Please remember, early checkout voids the cleaning contract. We don't recommend violating the agreement. Cleanliness must be maintained. I felt trapped. I was. The front door wouldn't open. Not locked, it just wouldn't respond. Out of desperation, I searched the apartment. Behind the wardrobe was a small, almost invisible seam in the wall. A hidden door. Inside, a closet filled with red-stained towels, cracked mop handles, and dozens of empty bleach bottles. At the back was an old Polaroid, a man smiling, standing in the same apartment. Behind him, something thin and pale crouched in the mirror. Watching. Not reflected. There, I snapped. I poured water onto the spotless countertop, left crumbs on the table, drew a red X on the mirror, and waited. At 2 a.m., they came. The door unlocked again. 3 figures stepped in, not human, tall, hollow-eyed, wearing yellowed aprons. Their hands were bandaged. Their mops left no water trail. I watched from the bathroom, behind the curtain. They scrubbed the counter, scraped the table, wiped the mirror. The red X I made didn't come off. So one of them looked at the mirror and whispered, "He will pay in flesh." I understand now. The cleaning fee? It's not about the apartment. It's about me, my body, my skin, my blood. They clean us, strip away the dirt, the fat, the identity, until we're blank, empty, a fresh room. I pulled up the guest wifey logs. Every MAC address for the past 6 months. I traced 3 of them to missing persons reports. All had stayed here. All had vanished. I don't think I'll be on any report. No one knows I'm here. But they do. And that's enough. I write this from the bathroom floor, hand trembling. The mirror is breathing. They've written a new message. Cleaning in progress. Do not disturb. My vision is going. They took a piece of me last night. I'm lighter. I tried to clean the blood off myself, but it won't come off. Because it's not mine anymore. If you see this listing, do not book it. Or at least, don't try to leave a mess. Updated Airbnb listing, March 2024. New host, @CleanSoulNets. Coastal studio retreat, clean energy guaranteed. Studio with 1 queen bed, serene decor, ocean breeze. Strict cleaning policy. Do not attempt to clean the unit. It cleans you. 5 stars, 54 reviews. Spotless, perfect, peaceful. I left a new person. J. Harper. Felt like the place got inside me. In a good way. C. Rowan. $74/night, $129 cleaning fee.